to talk to you about the salmon that I get here in Ruidoso, New Mexico, which is in the way out in the middle of, we're a long ways from the sea and from fresh fish. Mark Williams lives here in town. He flies up to Alaska, and he has his family has a fishing boats up there, and they go out and they catch their salmon and bring it in and cut it all up, cryovac it, freeze it, send it down here, and he sells it all winter long. It's really nice. He's called the Alaska Connection. That's Mark Williams with the Alaska Connection. And his family also has just started a bed and breakfast up there where you can go up and you can enjoy the interior of Alaska. And they are the Wild Alaska Tour Company.com. You can go online and see them. But they have a bed and breakfast, a destination you can go to and spend a vacation up there. It's really nice. But his salmon is exceptional. It's a wild-caught sockeye right out of Alaska. So it doesn't get any better than this. Thank you. Yes, we're together here today. Myself and my assistant, the pig chef. He gives me all the tips I need to know. But we're going to show you how to take the pin bones out of a salmon fillet and to skin it as well. Because a lot of times you can buy it in a side like this. It's a lot cheaper. Every time they don't have to touch it with a knife, you can buy it cheaper. So I'll show you the pin bones and how to get them out and how to take the skin off, and then you can make whatever size fillet you want, and you can buy it a little cheaper. But we'll start off with, I've got my knife here, a chef's knife. This is a 10-inch chef's knife, and it works great for me. You want it nice and sharp because you have to do some seesawing action when you take the skin off. I'll show you how to do it with a knife and also how you can skin it with your hand. It's pretty cool. Here, needle nose pliers, very thin tip with a spring load, and that's great for with the spring load for doing the bone pulling. And I found these ones the other day. They're really neat because they have a little bend to them. Take a little bit of the elbow out of it. But it's nice. Okay, now we'll get down here to the salmon. And Bill, if you'd go ahead, Bill's the cameraman here. Cameraman expertise. And right here you have, okay, this is the top side. Here's the fillet. This is where your dorsal fin was taken off. And you can, so we're on the top half side of center. And you can run your hand. It's easy. Run your fingertips like this and you can feel the pin bones. You go in, you start at the beginning, you can feel them. And if you just take and pull it, I wiggle it. Like that, and it pulls it out good. And it doesn't take a bunch of meat with it. So that's the whole idea of doing them this way. It's tough to do it with a knife and have it not eat up a whole lot of the flesh. You know, and then you get better, and sometimes you can get two at a time. But a little bit of wiggling, and it breaks it loose and pulls it right, and it pulls right out. This makes it nice so you don't have to worry about when you're eating it or getting bones. You know, it's a pretty big bone, so you probably would notice it. But the worst kind's the one you don't notice and it gets halfway down. You know, that's when you start doing your choking. And you get to practice the Heimlich maneuver. Okay. We're getting close here now. It's about halfway the length of the fillet, or the side, whatever you choose to call it. But then you can run your finger right through here and see if there are any more, because you'll be able to feel those tops. And here also, when it was, here's what I've got. A nice cleaned, pulled out of the bones. And here, I've noticed the way the dorsal fin was taken off, there are a little bit of bones there, but I can just go right underneath them here. Yes, got them all. Okay. Here, I'll turn it back around. Here's the belly side, and a lot of times you'll have fat along the belly side, and you can just take and trim it off with the knife and get a nice clean fillet. Sometimes up here where the fins were, you'll get a little bit. It doesn't hurt. The fat just makes it a little juicier. Some people don't like any more oil in it because salmon's a pretty oily fish. Okay, we've got that off. Now you can always cook it with the skin on it. I like to sear it with the skin on it, where I put the skin side down first in a real hot pan and some oil, and it crisps it. Then I just turn it over, a little bit of finish on the flesh side, and then you can eat the skin. But if you're going to do that, you have to take and scale it, because the salmon does have some scales. So, but if you don't want to scale it, then you can go ahead and take the skin off. And I'm going to show you now. We've taken the bones out, and I'm going to show you how to take the skin off. Bring the cutting board here close to the edge. I'll go in on the tail end, put a little cut. Don't go through the skin. Just get down to the skin, and I'll hold on with my fingers. And the knife is kind of angled down a little bit. No pressure on it, though. You don't want to go through the skin. You just want to stay on the skin. And little seesaw motions. Then you get enough to where you can hold the skin tight. And like I said, once you get it started, you have a toe hold where you're holding on to it, and you just seesaw with the knife, keeping it angled into the skin just a little bit so it takes the meat right off. Here we've got a little bit of skin left. Not unnatural. Here, there's your fillet. Now we're going to take and roll this up. And I'm going to take this one, which I've already boned, and I'm going to show you how to do it with your hand. Which some people do. You just start it the same. You just get it started, and you seesaw. You don't go through. See here, you haven't gone through the skin. You hold on to the skin. Matter of fact, you can make a little cut in it, where you can get a finger through it, like that, to where you can hold it, and then you take your hand, and you just start going underneath and pull it tight. Whoop. I'm going to have to get it. See, here's how I've done so far, and it's coming nice, but my toe hold is coming loose. Okay, there I go. See, and it's coming really nice. There's a fat layer between the flesh and the skin. And so I'm going to say, if I got to guess, that's probably why. See, it kind of started to pull loose here. I'm just going to take and give it a little bit of help with the knife. We had a little bit that stayed connected there, but almost nothing. Look at that. And now you can cut it up however you'd like to cut it up. I like to cut it on the angle a little bit and cut them so I can get longer pieces. Nice fillet, nice piece. And then when you're cooking them, lay it, and it comes out. Great looking piece. Leave the tail section a little bit longer because it's thinner, and you're getting an adequate portion size then. But there you're cut up, and you've got a nice fillets. And here it all is. Here's all your bones from both of them, your skin from the knife cut one, and your skin from the hand taken off by hand. It was, I don't do it every day now that I'm retired, or else I'd have zipped right through it, because I've always zipped through it. I've never had a problem with it. So, and if there are any questions, you can turn and ask the pig chef any questions, and he will give you the answer. Thank you.